December, I don't my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Hello, my little sunflowers. How are you? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic. Well, before we get into this, there is so much going on in the news. So much, so much. So, baby Crone, we're going to have to do, I'm trying to wait till Friday. But if I wait till Friday, it's like we're going to be so overwhelmed with news that I'm going to be. So today, later on this evening, maybe we could do a news recap.
Okay.
But in the meantime, in between time, it's the Diddy show. It looked like they're going to be closing out in the next 2 days, or either by the end of the week or sometime next week. That's what it looks like. And many people said that it looks like Diddy is going to walk. However, I said that
you did
months ago. I've been trying to find the video that it looked like it. I said those words. It looked like he's going to walk.
Yep. Don't be surprised.
That's what I said. Don't be surprised. Mm-hmm. However, I don't want to get cocky because no reader likes to be wrong.
Right.
So I want to do another read and see what this read says, because now let me tell you where I stand, and you have your opinion, I have mine. My opinion is, to me, they haven't proved enough to say that he was trafficking.
Yes.
I mean, because a lot of these women were consented, and it's like I said, somebody wanted to pay me to come to the house, buy my ticket, have a good weekend, blase. It's not my judge, but I don't knock anybody who does. However, I don't know. For me, it just doesn't seem enough to get him on traffic. It just doesn't seem enough. What it looked like to me is he had a lot of relationships where he was a tyrant, but the women kept coming back. They kept coming back for the money. Yeah. They kept coming back. I don't see anywhere where he may have beat them or whatever, but it seems to me, being in that S&M, because that's all it is. Yes. What is it, Satan masochism? Mm-hmm. That's all this is to me. And they say a lot of high profile men are into this, and the women are the dominant. What is called
the dominatrix.
The dominatrix. And so you got that, and then you have women that are very passive and wanted to please the man. That is what I've seen. I heard what they've stated. It looks like he's the type of man, he's a voyeur, and he likes very, very kinky sexual escapades. And is it wrong to pay for girls in this state, in our country? You pay for them to come to pleasure you by watching, or to pleasure your friends. And another thing, I think it's so many people that could have been called in that wasn't. So that was disappointing. And just recently, I'm going to get into this later on, and when I do the recap, I'm looking at Diddy Jakes and Oprah Winfrey just gloating all away. And I believe that Diddy Jakes said he went, but he was in and out. Who's the judge? And Oprah Winfrey, I ain't never been all this time. All these months, she ain't say Jack the Ripper. Exactly. But now that she know it's coming to the end, I wasn't there. Where were you 3, 6, 7 a year ago? No, quiet as a church mouse. Mm-hmm. TD Jakes about to lose his mind. And now it's like, I wasn't there. All that just seems so corny. Yes. It's just so corny. So many of them went to the parties, but you got to understand, there were two parties. There was the party, and then there was the after party. The after party with what's his name? A little bumping R. Kelly. There's the party, and then there's the after party.
Gotcha.
And it was an elite group that came to those after parties. Jennifer Lopez, she wasn't called,
Nope.
even though they were in the past, but they didn't call so many. There's so many people they didn't call about these parties, especially celebs. A lot of these celebrities got off free.
They really
if you
did.
ask me, this is just my opinion. So you went after the girls, and these girls seemed like all of them were paid. Every last Miami, what's the other girl? The one that was his girlfriend, Cassie, Mary Jane, the girls that you pick, it just, and the people that you pick, it was like this done to make Diddy look bad. He already looked bad, but all it looked like he's a sexual, not a deviant, but a sexual freak that's into S&M, that rough, tough, sex. I don't understand what you do with 2 bottles of baby oil. That's a slippery slope. I don't know. They be sliding. I don't know. And with that, what's that tuberose?
Yep, tuberose.
With the tuberose, with that animalistic smell. I don't know what kind of tuberose, because tuberose come in different smells. Like I wanted to smell it. So we picked out what was it? Wild Tupelo with jasmine. And I wanted to know, what is the smell? It's an undersmell to it. Like how would you describe it? It's not feminine.
Fair enough. I know what you mean.
It's not a feminine smell.
I would have called it like it's not.
It's kind of masculine, outdoorsy like.
See, I'm picking up like a
That's okay.
sweet smell.
It's sweet. It is. It's sweet, but it's masculine too. It doesn't smell like roses, because it comes in roses. It comes in different kinds. So I wanted to know what was the smell, because he liked his room set in a way. I can't imagine what was going on with all that slippery oil. It's a wonder somebody didn't slip, fall, slide off the bed, the sofa, and bust their head or something. I mean, 2 oils. I mean, maybe with the light, I can't even imagine it, but it just, to me, from what I heard from other bloggers and commentators, is what I heard. And from what we hear from the course, to me, it's just not enough. Now, I'm not saying he's going to do time or they're going to find time, but we can't take out of context, because they constantly kept telling us this is not about a relationship.
Yes.
This is not about what he's on the stand for. It's not about a relationship, but it's about trafficking. Did he traffic? Are you trafficking women that you sleeping with and watching them have sex? It seemed like the women that he paid were the women that he wanted to see in motion.
And pretty much worked with.
That's what I'm saying. He wanted to see them in motion.
Oh.
You know what I mean? He wanted to see them in motion with other men, or if it was this girl, he slept with them. He's just a freak.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a very freaky boy. No.
Yes.
The kind you don't take home to mother.
No.
So I think that's what this is. And is it enough to condemn him? No stars, no one other than these girls of no names. All the people that they brought was people we don't know. Mm-hmm. Are they telling the truth? I believe that everybody told their version of the truth from their point of view. Is it enough? We don't know. One of the jurors, is that it?
Yes,
got sent home because of deception.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So, Baby Cone, what do you have to say about the case as it's wrapping itself up? It was very interesting, but I tell you one thing, please, somebody out there, make a movie, but not anybody.
Yeah, we need
make a good movie and show make it X or something, so we can really get an idea. Don't botch it up and make it a TV movie. Make it a movie where you need an adult to go see it or something.
Okay, so like a docudrama, like a documentary drama.
Not a documentary, but a docudrama, like they did Ike and Tina Turner, like they did so many. We just saw Nellie Manelli. That was a good one.
That was a good one.
I thought it was good. Where you go into the details. I would love to see that, And speaking of them, they showed a picture of Johnny Depp and he was unrecognizable. I don't know. So much going on in the news. But we're gonna. I mean, George Clooney is him and his wife look like they're getting a divorce. Oh my God. B. Scott. I mean, it's so much we got to talk about, but let me focus back on this. So we're going to be doing a recap early. We're going to try to do one early, and then we want to do one like we're trying to get where we do a recap on Friday. But when it's so much like this, I don't like to bring like 10 things to the table. So, but back to Diddy. I don't know. So I'm going by positive and negatives.
Yes.
The first time, I don't know if it was the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth.
One of them.
I don't know which one, but because the video's about 40 minutes, 30, I just didn't feel like couldn't sit through it. I don't really watch my videos. I put them out and that's it. I just leave them be, unless there's one that I'm really fond of, which are, when you look at yourself, you do your videos, you're done with them. Once they go out, I don't even look at them no more. Do you?
No.
You know what I mean? So I don't even look at them. So I'm just thinking, I don't know. This could go either or. But for me, in my opinion, it just doesn't seem they have concrete evidence. And the thing is, it's supposed to prove without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
And if I'm saying I don't know, and it seems like that's the census of the bloggers.
Yes.
If you don't know, then there is doubt. And with the doubt, it looks like, I'm going to say it again, he's going to walk free or do a bare minimum of time.
Okay.
That's what I see. What do you see? Tell me your truth. What do you see? Because we follow it together. What do you see, grown person?
Yeah, I could definitely see it as though, because it's just the evidence, it doesn't quite point to like what
nothing bad, like the girls, they came, right. They got paid. And when you think about trafficking, you're bringing girls over, they're not getting paid. You're using them.
Right, you're paying the people that supplied you the girls that's getting trafficked to you.
No, that's if he was trafficking. But this is trafficking. But if you're paying the girls to come, 10,000 or whatever you're paying for them to come, I don't understand how that's trafficking. That seems like that's a sexual transaction.
Yes.
And when I think about all the girls, even Cassie, they all stayed with him. Even Mary Jane, for whatever reason, for apples or oranges or peaches or bananas, they all stayed for their own reason, for the money and the prestige of it. That's what I see. For the men, they said what they said. They said what they did, what they didn't do, what they seen. It's hard to know who's telling the 100% truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
So in my opinion, this is like a slippery slope. I don't know. And maybe this is what the cards have said, but the cards have she have a mind of her own. And so I want to know what do we do? I don't like to be like a person to, forecast.
Right.
I do it if it's natural, but I'm going to attempt to forecast because I did read months ago, maybe almost a year ago. I can't find it. I can't. I tried. I can't. And a lot of times when I did my readings in the past, it was trying to see, was he going to get that? What was that?
Bail.
Was he going? It's not bail, but were they going to bail? But were they going to let him out? He was fighting to get released from bail. I read on those. I was pretty accurate. I read on his attitude and how he dealt with it.
Mm-hmm.
I dealt with the suicidal. I dealt with a lot of things.
How it's going to age him.
How it was going to age him. I did with all of that. His health, all of those things. But now, where the rubber meets the road, it's like, is he going to be freed?
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, don't hate me, but if the man is found guilty, then he has to serve. I just don't. I outside of feeling sorry for Cassie, outside of the beating, outside of that was a ploy to get us to hate him.
It was.
All I see now is women who was into this freaky thing. I don't care how old you are. You're freaky. You wanted to do it. You loved him. He must be a lovable guy, a charismatic guy, and he was a brute all at the same time.
That's
but
Scorpio.
He's a Scorpio?
Yes.
The freak.
Mm-hmm.
Most Scorpios have high sex drive. They don't appear to be, and some of them don't. Because you got to understand what is their rising, setting, sun, moon, all of those things play in it. But one of the things about Scorpio in general, many of them, and I think not just the men, the women, but I find it's more men that are more sexual than women. Not saying women are not sexual, right. But I find that it's more men that go to the edge because that Scorpion is the darker nature and water and deep.
Yeah.
And secretive and powerful. So I don't know. You want to get started? Where are your cards?
The cards are right here.
Baby Cone is going to give an outcome. You want to wait and shuffle? You can shuffle them now.
I'll shuffle them while you shuffle your cards.
Or do you want to wait? These have been shuffled and shuffled and shuffled.
I'll pick them once you finish.
Once I do my reading, you're going to give your outcome and then we'll both talk about it. Well, we're going to be talking about it all the way through. So this is just to see what is this outcome. Everything I say is allegedly. So if I'm wrong in misinterpreting the cards, please forgive me.
Yes.
I don't want to be wrong. I want to be right. So I can only go by what the cards reveal to my soul. And I'm so curious right now to see, because I did do a reading and I did say that you may not like what I have to say, something to this effect. But what did I say? It looked like he's going to walk free.
Yes, you did say that.
And I can't find it. I can't sit through it to look through it. I'm sorry. So I'm doing it again. And we'll see. So let's find out.
Content about talking about Diddy.
Yes, I didn't even know I had so much. And not only that, I have readings on Diddy before he was arrested. Readings on him when he was with Miami. Right. Miami has been quiet as a church mouse. She has been called to the stand, right?
She was supposed to be. I'm not sure if she will be.
Okay. Well, they only have... It is on the defendant side now to take. So, and then what's the other one? The prosecutor has rest, and it means they gave all they can. I personally, if I was a juror, this is how I would feel. It's just not enough because it just looked like he was in relationships with these women.
Yes, that's the only difference.
That's if he wasn't, and I would 100% be on Cassie's side, but 11 years, I sat because she kept going back, and it may have taken that. And sometimes I think what we do, we look at a story and sometimes we allow our emotions to get involved and we judge harshly, especially men. I can understand women, but these men, some of these men commentators, they like, get them. They don't say it.
That's their energy.
But their energy is get them. And the ones that not like that, they're not like that. But those that are, it's like, for me, it just seemed like men mostly men. I'm not saying women. We get women, but I'm saying the men. It's like they want him to get arrested. This is what I want. I want justice to prevail. I want truth. I want if you can't, if it don't fit, then you must acquit.
Okay.
I had to use an OJ. Not that I'm taking up with him. I get it. He was a beastly, but they loved him. They loved him. So there was a dark side, and understand he has done a lot of wicked things. I'm not taking none of that. God knows I'm not doing business with him. He hasn't always been fair.
No.
He hasn't always been fair for the people that work for him, that was doing songs. He mentally messed up a lot of people, but that's not what he's on trial for.
No.
He's not on trial for beating women. This is not what he's on trial for. They used that to sway us, but that's not what he is. And that's what I kept saying to myself. He's not on trial for that. He's on trial for what? Trafficking. And how, if I'm coming from California and going to Florida, I'm in the same state. You can traffic. They didn't talk much about drugs. It just seemed like it was just more about the beating of Cassie. And I think because they zeroed so much on that,
they did.
It made me keep saying, but this is not what it's all about.
Yeah,
was that your best lick? Was that your best shot? I don't know. So whatever happened, I want him to be fair. And I'm going to be honest. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yes.
100. But I'm not willing to see any person, black, white, go to jail and go to prison for something they didn't do because somebody operated on an emotion. Let's just keep it down to the bare facts. And for me, if I was on a jury, it just doesn't seem enough. And it just looked like he may walk. That's how I feel. But for you and for me, we're going to look at these cards and see what the cards say. I even got backup over there.
Yes, she does.
So what do we think about Diddy, the Titty Committee?
Okay.
Diddy, the Titty Committee. He loved to see his girls. He's a voyeur. He loves to watch. And many people are out there. And a lot of people has been in it. Even Jay-Z messed with young girls.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So many of them out there. You didn't call Jay-Z to the singing. It's so many people. I was thinking that it was going to be, they was going to call celebrities.
Yes.
You had celebrities shaking in their boots. And not one big celebrity stood up who went to the after parties.
Nope.
Not one. Not even, unless they're going to do it next week, not even Stevie J and all of that. So now that it's on the defendant side, they're going to call, I want to win this thing. It's like reading cards. Yep. They want to win, who wants to be a loser? So, and for the other one that said we done, it just, I don't know. It's time. They've been doing it for 6-7 weeks now, 8 weeks. How long they've been there?
I think we are on the 27th, 28th day. And
all the commentators that sat out there day in, day out, a week in, week out, days in, days out, or who went there and spent their time to bring us back what they saw. I appreciate that.
We're on 28 days, so a month.
That's it?
Yes.
You sure? And they coming up with it. To me, I may be wrong. It's just not enough. When I started out resenting him. Now it's just, I learned something. And I think what helped me is Shannon Sharp.
That is true.
Because I didn't know what S&M was, but because of his story,
yeah,
it made me see things differently. Like, oh, this is really a real thing that our black men have got tangled up in. This is real. And that's how I see Diddy, into that freaky, beyond measure, go into the dark crevices You know, they be in the bowels of hell when you pissing on people. And you know, one of the girls vomit, and then after she was finished and I wouldn't want to have sex with anybody after they puked. I'm sorry. What about you?
No.
So, but I mean, their mates didn't know it, but the idea.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. What do you think, baby?
Like they say, different strokes for different folks.
That's what I say. So here we go. I'm going by yay or nay. I keep crossing these cards, so I'll use that. That's stop the deal. Here we go. My first card is a 10. First of all, 10s are a completion.
Yes.
10s are coming to an end. I also see a family legacy, that family is involved. So I see a family legacy. I also, but instead of a family legacy, I'm going to look at this as that his lawyers fought hard and fought strong for him. He paid a lot of money to get the best he could have. He did do that. And so I definitely see things are closing. I see things are coming to an end. I see that that it ain't over. It is not over, but things look pretty good because this is a positive card, and it's about moving forward and moving on.
That's true.
Whoo! I see another 7, that this has been a fight of a lifetime. This has been a struggle, but if you see, he's still winning because you see here, he keeping everything at bay. All that energy, that negative fire, it's like he's on top of it, or his lawyers are on top of it, and they're keeping it at bay. So far, I don't see anything. Here we go. I'm done. In the future, past, present, the sun. And what does the sun mean? Optimistic.
Yes.
The sun mean good energy, good vibration, good. I'm not saying that he's going to walk.
Right.
I said that if he get time, it's not going to be 100 years. You know,
right.
I don't see that. But this is not, that's what I'm saying. But it's not about that. That man has almost spent, if not a year in prison, almost. No, he's been in there for about a year. He's gone through a lot of changes. It has war and toil on his health. And I don't believe he'll ever be the same again. I think something inside of him has broken. Yeah. And with these cards, I just see that he just want to get home to his family, his loved ones. I think it has changed him forever. I think if he should get released, he'll never be the same again. I'm not saying he ain't going to do no freak offs or anything, but I think he would better walk a chalk line because they're going to be watching him closely.
That's honestly true.
So I don't know what to become of it. But so far, I see a 7 of a completion of fighting off your opponent. I seen that they put up a good fight. This has been a great fight. And then I see here that if this card represents Diddy, I'm going to put a block there too, but this card represents a moving on, a leaving the past behind, coming through the arches with something new. But the card is crowded. It's crowded. It's like it's a lot going on in the card. And it's like, but I definitely see blue skies, but not morning sky, but maybe like evening skies, like in the summertime, like around about, what sky would you say that is? About 6, 7 o'clock sky?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like 6 or 7 o'clock sky. And
it's just winding down.
Like winding down from the real blistering heat of the day. Even though the sun is hot, it's shifted. It may not be as bright in your area at that moment. And I also see the sun like that they put up a good fight, and it just looked like that it looked like he's going to come out of this victoriously. But let's hold on. That's a future. So let's see what a block could be. Oh. Now this card, I'm going to tell you what came to my mind. When I see this card, this is like a nostalgia card. But it also seemed like he could be the big bad wolf, taking advantages of the innocent maidens. It could look like that too. But also, it isn't really that. It could be that, but if you look around it, this looked like a wealthy man, a man that has substance and dealing with people that he know that look up to him, that is not as big as he is or grand as he is, and this is his problem.
Okay.
Because he's been so big and so grand, it looks like he's taking advantage of the women that come in his life. You know, he looks like the giant.
Right.
And they look like the innocent one, but not now. One of those women are innocent. I don't care what anybody, this is my opinion. They willfully went, they wanted their money, and they did it. Even Cassie, no judgment. I don't feel sorry for none of them. Let me be clear. I feel sorry for none of them. But what I do feel sorry for, the beatings that they may have gotten. But they still stayed. And no matter how we justify it and say that they were young, they were over the age of 18. And they left their mama house to do what they wanted to do. So I have to look at them as adults, young adults, but I don't even know how you would meet a Diddy. A, B, how would you get involved in that other than you allowed your heart to be open, mesmerized? He must be very sexual. He must know how to talk to you. He must know how to lure you in and share. And it seems like to pick you to be one of his sexual playmates, it just seemed like it was an honor, because I don't see if anybody turned him down. They weren't on that stand.
No.
So everybody on that stand, and the people that work for him and the men, they all wanted to be there.
Yes.
Every last one of them. But again, I have to remind myself, he's not on that for beating Cassie, which is horrible, because in my readings, I thought that was sure enough be the nail of the coffin.
Oh, okay.
But they kept reminding that he's not on there for that. He's on for what? Trafficking.
Yes.
And I just don't think that it's clear. And I know people see it, but for me, I just see women wanting to be a part of these freak offs.
Yes.
You know, and no big actor or actress came through to share what they seen. And believe me, many of them were at those freak offs. Where were they? Where were they? All these years. Where was the Jamie Foxx?
Don't know.
Tell me, where was the I can't even name them all. The guy from Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, okay.
Where are these? It was so many rappers, so many. I think the Baby was there, if I'm not mistaken. So many men and women. Beyonce,
yeah,
Jay-Z. Where were they? Even though they dropped him like a hot plate, you know, and even though Jay-Z has been alleged of sleeping with young girls, which we know, but he wasn't there. So if you're going to protect everybody that should have been there, you didn't call them. Instead, you did the girls that was mesmerized by him, his status, and his money.
Yes.
On top, I think this is the high priestess. Still waters run deep. And with that, I just feel like right now, this is really dark. And it has so many windows and doors that we haven't seen as of yet. So many things we haven't seen, we haven't heard, because we really I was hoping to see some celebrities. No, Justin Bieber. Nope. No, what's his name? The one who had the herps allegedly.
Usher.
That's to me what messed it up. They should have bought the big wigs, but instead they used these vulnerable girls to tell a story. And to me, and I'm not saying that he should walk, and please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. If he's guilty, he's guilty. Tried by a juror. And if the jurors say it, It is what it is. I won't be mad either way. I don't know the man. I just want fair and justice for everybody. And right now, I have doubt.
Yes.
What about you?
Yes, most definitely, and how they're trying to prove this.
And how they're trying to prove they use Cassie and the sex things. It just wasn't enough for me. I'm sorry. It just wasn't enough for me. Here, emotionally, an emotional new beginning.
Okay.
For the new future. This is the past, present, future. And this here's a cup, very emotional, very emotional. We see cups here. So it was very emotional. And these women that came to him, I think they came to him, they were broken women. They had problems, probably mental problems, not crazy or anything, but brokenness, dealt with some stuff. And they went into the dark side. Many of them went over there, lost themselves, got lost in the money. And I feel sorry for the ones that fell in love with him, like Cassie and the rest, all of them who fell in love with them. And also many women did. They fell in love with him and his money, and his prestige, but then they fell in love with him as the man.
Yes.
And that's where their troubles began, in my opinion. But then I see new beginnings. So we have new beginnings as cups, right?
Yeah.
A new beginning. So what does new beginning? If he stay in prison, that's not a new beginning. It could, but he's been in jail for almost a year, if not. So I see new beginnings. I see mercy. I see, what do you see? I see mercy. I see a new beginning. I see the ace. I see water. I see life, I do. And I see the moon. Now on the bottom, this is where he's been, where he come from, what he stomped on. What is the end? In his head, it's like it's still teeter-tottering. It's very emotional for him right now. Very emotional if he could sleep or eat. Oh. And I don't think he's been eating much. He's been through a lot.
That's right. I remember that.
What?
Remember that he wasn't eating much.
He even felt like they were trying to take him out. He's been through hell and prison, okay? But I definitely see temperance. And temperance is always about balancing the elements, balancing everything. So everything now is coming into a balance, even with the water. So I see a lot of water. Now remember, water is fluid. It doesn't stand still. It's never still. It may appear to be still, but water is forever moving. And right now, I see 1, 2, 3 water cards.
4, the cups, the 6 cups.
4, 6 cups. So there's a lot of water at play here, a lot of water. And the next thing I see, a lot of emotion, a lot of feelings, a lot of perplexities, a lot of that is going on in the reading. Now for the base, for what he walked on, what he come from, what he learned, where he's at. This is where he's been. Let's see what that is. I put it there. I'm gonna leave it there. So for the past, I see that he's been denied bail 3 times, and that was a hell of a thing to go through. He spent a lot of money, and now he's just sitting patiently waiting for the final outcome. But he knows this is a time to be introspective. Okay. This is somebody who don't take nothing for granted. He's just waiting. And if you see it, you see this cup. It's not big. It's hope. He's hoping that it's time. His arms is crossed. It's like he's bored. He's tired. He's weary, and he's ready to move on. To me, he wants to walk out so bad, but he's bracing himself for whatever may be. What do you think? See it?
Yep, I can see that.
Now, below his feet, because on top of him, we have the high priestess. We have the 10 of Pentacles, which means this was costly. And we also have the 6, which is about a reminiscent or a nostalgia, because they brought up all his past. It's been exposed to the world. Whatever's going on, he'll never be the same again, ever. And the world won't ever see him like that again. And even if he is free, what kind of life will he have for the next 5 years?
That's true.
A quiet one, maybe, because so many people have lost respect for him. He's a big disappointment to me, like Tyler Perry. But we're going to talk. I'm going to do a reading on him later. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
A big disappointment. And it's sad to see so many of our Black men get up into this level of fame and then crash out.
Yes.
It's sad. Here we see it's like a kid, hopeful, but he's looking towards the future. When I lay the card down, for me, he's going to be looking towards the future. He's going to be looking to be out. It's like he learned the lesson. This is not even a lesson. This has been hell.
Yes.
He's been through hell. And will he get out? When I see this page of wands, it's very innovative. He still have hope. He's hoping against hope. That, like, here you see the cup of 7. You know, here you see here, and sixes is just after you come through, like you have 5, which is drama, turmoil, you've been through hell. And here you see the 6 on his foundation, that he's been through a whole lot, wear and tear, that he's just lost in himself, holding it together with every inch. I believe that if they told him that he was going to lose and that they found him guilty, I think he would just crash. But here, I don't see a crash. I see somebody that's still motivated. Mm-hmm. Like a child, like somebody just hoping and praying that Christmas morning I got what I wanted. Oh. And with that fire energy, that means he's still hoping against hope. It isn't over. He doesn't seem defeated. And if you look at these cards, not one card shows defeat. Not one. And I'm only reading what she has to say. This is the last card outside the outcome. I'm almost afraid because I don't know what it's going to say. I'm not saying that he's not going to go to jail or anything like that. But many commentators, especially the men, they're going to put him away for life. He's going to be serving 40 years, 20 years. I myself, the cards are not showing me that at all. Overall, it is a positive hand. Would you agree?
Yes, most definitely.
That's why baby going to do a 3-card outcome. Let's see. He's stressed completely out as he wait through this thing, as he wait. You know, can you imagine? Woo, you're almost at the finish line, and yet you don't know. And this card represents everyone because we don't know. And because we don't know, there is a reasonable doubt. And based on that, he's innocent. Because when you judge, you have to judge without a reasonable doubt. Am I wrong?
No.
We're all doubting. I've looked at TMZ.
Yes.
Reasonable doubt. And right now, it hasn't proved it to me. Mm-hmm. It just proved funky relationships and a tyrant of a boyfriend.
Yes.
That's all it's saying. How many times I think a man that cheat on a woman over and over is a tyrant. You understand? Okay. So it's how you see it. I'm just not and I gotta say it, I'm not 100% sold. They haven't convinced me. Would the commentators come back and tell me it'll be up one day, down one day, up here, down here?
That's true.
And now it's like, because we can't get in here, so you can't have the people's choice because it wasn't open to us. So the commentators get what they get, and every commentator has been back and forth, teeter-tottering the whole way. And the last card that show out of the Temperance, the High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, the 7 of Wands, the 6 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, the what is that? The 19th? No, this is the 19th.
The sun.
Right? Huh?
The sun.
Yeah, the 19th. I meant to say the sun. I'm calling it the number. The sun, you have the 6. After a storm, that's what 6 is. You got the 5, but after the storm comes the 6, meaning you're out of it. You're clearing up. Things are in your favor. Things are getting better. 5, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Then you got 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you got 10 are moving on. So they're split. So what I do see, honestly, even here, you see the 7 of the fighting. He's got a good team. He's fighting against it all. His team must be doing a miraculous job. And then here we have the cup, the 6 of cups, which is right after it, right after the 5. The man been through hell. And I'm not saying he deserved everything he got.
That's true.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But, and then after that, I see a page, someone that's looking hopefully with fire, a little fire, but enough energy to believe that it's over. But I also see this is topsy-turvy, like people it's like what this card is showing me, the world just don't know.
Okay.
They just don't know whether he's going to walk.
That's true.
Or whether, and because of that, that's doubt. Now, I don't know what the jewelers think, but I'm telling you what these cards say. And I am stronger in reading the cards than what I was yesterday. And next year, I'm going to be even stronger. So what I see clearly, I see hope, because this is the now.
Yeah.
The ace didn't come in his mind. This didn't come like a delusion. This road right here is his present path, where he was in the past, what led him to his present. And even here, this 10 is a good card. Yes. So even his 10, even with the 6, again, after a turmoil, after trouble. And then we have the sun on the bottom where he treads, what's below him, what he's trying to get over, what he's been through. This is, sitting back, waiting, rejection. He has been rejected 3 times. I did on all of those. Mm-hmm. So has been rejected. He's sitting there hoping, anticipation, hoping that they find favor. He has a little bit of hope, and he's hoping against hope. And the last card is where it shows it doesn't even fit. And no. I look at this card as we all just don't know. Just troubled. Yeah. Troubled. That's the last. Now the outcome card, I'm going to pick my outcome card, and Baby Crone going to do hers, and then we're going to read. Now this is the outcome. So I'm doing a smaller deck. And these are different cards. So I'm going to do a smaller deck because I wanted to just get a different deck of cards. What will Diddy outcome be? Tell me true. What will Diddy outcome be? Diddy, what will his outcome be? Tell me what you see. And last, what do you see? What do you see for the diddler? The diddler.
Diddler.
What do you see? I'm not saying he's not guilty. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying what he's charged with, I'm doubting. Yeah. I have doubt, and I have to be honest. I can't just say, oh, I hate him. I don't hate him. I don't know him. But I want justice to be fair.
Yes.
Just like you would want justice to be fair. And if he walked, I won't be surprised.
No.
That's all I'm going to say. What about you?
No, I would not be surprised.
If they keep him, I won't be surprised. Either or. I'm not invested like that. Mm-hmm. My card. Let me see. I don't know. I feel like this is it. Here it is. Y'all not going to believe what this is.
What?
I'm moving on.
Oh.
You're not going to believe it.
Okay.
Meaning he's getting out. That's what I take it. What do you mean? What do you see? This is the 8 of Wands, meaning moving forward. Some of them call them the arrows of love. Some of them call them patience. Some of them, but no matter what it's called, it's it's in transition. It is moving away from troubled times. Yeah. Because it's at 8. And what is the card before the 8? 7. Here we go. This is a good one. You see him toiling here, working, thinking, fighting, doing whatever. His lawyers are battling. But then the next card you see is the Eight of Wands, meaning the battle is over and moving onward, forward. Eights are good cards.
Yeah.
Baby Crone.
Yes.
Ooh.
Who is right indeed? We have the Ten of Cups. Looking at
And
his
I had
outcome.
the first card was the Ten of Pentacles.
That is true.
End of a cycle and starting a new one. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this is what I see for his outcome, and these cards are going to determine what the outcome of this, this, I guess I'll say, court case will be for Diddy. So the first card that came out was the Ten
Take
of
your
Cups.
time and break it down with them crazy looking cards.
Okay. First card that I picked was the Ten of Cups.
And where's that coming from? The past, present, future? Where is it? How do you read yours? I don't know. So I can follow.
In the past.
Okay.
Started in the past.
Okay. Do you mind doing that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, go ahead. Mm.
So with the so here with the Ten of Cups,
Things was look. He was living a vida loca, baby. Oh, so let me read the cards. Go ahead.
yes, he has. However, it's
And
also,
what is that? A cups?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually, in this card, it depicts like everything's in harmony and in balance. However, we always do know that the Ten of Pentacles. Sorry, that's the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Cups usually represents sometimes everything is looking perfect when it's not. So therefore, that could be how the prosecutors felt when they set up this case. It was like, man, when we get this evidence, it's going to be lock and key, and it's going to convict Diddy. However, now we're starting to see that we're seeing the cracks beyond.
Wow, baby Crone, that's good. You
Thank
good,
you.
baby Crone. Love
Thank
it.
you.
And this is not us taking. We just. You don't see no devil. You don't see. Oh my God, this is the only sword, and this is the 9.
That's true. That is the only sword.
So all I see is cups, a lot of cups,
A lot of cups.
and a lot of water. And I see cups and water and two wands. And that is the 6 and the 7 and the 8.
Oh, 3 wands because the page.
And the page. But this is a person card. So I look at this card as this could be him, this could be his lawyers, and saying we got it, because on top we have the high priestess, but here we have the page, and whatever this is, they're looking forward to the future, and wands are powerful because it's not like a bad, it's not like this. Even when you see this 7, this is somebody that's fighting for their life to keep trouble down. So I don't even see that. I just see a page as a new beginning, somebody ready to grow, somebody has changed, spread their wings, put fire to the spark. And this could be their lawyers, his lawyers. But go ahead.
Okay.
I couldn't help that, babe, because you make me go back to reading my cards, but that's
Yes,
good.
Thank you. And then here we have the Daughter of Swords, which usually represents the Page of Swords.
So, wow, we got the same thing.
Yes.
How you copy off of me?
I didn't. Well, you have the Page of Wands, and I have the Page of Swords.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how did you read that?
Usually I read this as somebody who is taking a sabbatical, because typically in this deck, the swords is pointing in all different directions depending on which person card or animal is on this card. So the fact that the sword is basically in a resting position, that
On a sword.
On a sword.
Mm-hmm.
That means right now Diddy feels as though the defense team now feels as though moving forward, now that there has been some cracks within the prosecutors' cases, now they feel as though they've sat back, they've analyzed and picked apart the prosecutors. So when the defense team comes, they got their own perspective. They've been thinking, they've been plotting, they've been scheming. And even though it's a page, which usually represents in the way I always describe it as, is like the infancy stage, where you're just still trying to figure out how to craft this master plan to get Diddy off. And
I was thinking about that as you were talking, but it escaped me. But go ahead.
Okay. And then
what I was going to say about the defense, I was really like wobbling more until they said the call, when they said about Cassie and that phone call. When they said that and how that just made me go, she's just as, she knew the power she was under when she said, I'll have you deleted. I'm paraphrasing. So that if you're going to judge him for the beating, then you got to judge her too. And that's what put the nail in the coffin that made me go, oh my God, that hurt. That was a sting.
Yeah, she was drunk on power that
day. That day, she was like, I'm not going to do it, but I got some. So that let me know she was in it. They had a relationship and they were into this. That's what that stopped me based on what you said about that, what is it?
Page of Swords.
And how did you end that again? I'm excited about this case because I can't wait to see what is right. Everything we say is allegedly.
Yes.
If I'm wrong in reading the cards, I'm wrong reading the cards. I'm cool with that because they still gonna stay up there no matter what. Because I can only tell you what I see. Mm-hmm. It's nothing in it for me either or. If he stay or go, I don't win nothing out of it at all. Go ahead. What about you? You feel the same way?
Yes, most definitely.
We just reading cards.
Yes, we are. I was ending off the Page of Swords as the defense team is figuring out how to cook up a plan to get Diddy either off or less time, like reduce the sentencing. That's what I'm thinking. And then in the future for this outcome, I see the Son of Wands or the Knight of Wands.
The Knight of Wands?
Yes, the Knight of Wands.
Do I have the Knight of Wands?
No, you don't have a knight.
What does my deck, the Knight of Wands, look like? Isn't it the late? No, that's I can't think of it.
Red cape, red horse, kind of dashing with like a stick in the hand.
Victory. Is that the 9?
No.
What is the 9 of Wands? I'll look it up.
I'm gonna need your deck.
I'll look it up. You can keep talking.
Okay. So
I want to see what the 9 of Wands look like. Keep talking.
The Knight of the Knight of Wands I see here is that
because I had the 8 of Wands. So you know it's only positive because you said it was the 9.
The Knight.
The Knight.
Yes.
Not a knight. I thought you were saying 9. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
The 9 of Wands.
Yes.
And what does he do? What's it for my deck?
Yes, it's the male.
The red on the horse dashing away, moving. I got you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the way I always describe it with the snake here is it always gives like a snake charmer vibe, which would coincide with moving forward, trying to persuade, sway things in your direction, make the energy, because fire represents energy,
definitely
molding and guiding the fire that the way you want it to go. So it seems like if the defense can really bippity boppity boop get a magic rabbit out the hat, they will just do it.
That's what it just looked like things are. From the overall view, it just looked like things are in his favor. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they are.
Yep.
But the cards from 2 different decks shuffled before we came on because I wanted to be open. And like I said, I'm just casting out what the cards say from what I could see. This is a tough one because I definitely see Temperance. But Temperance is a positive card, though. Yeah. So Temperance is about liberty. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. The darkest card that I see in this whole deck would be the High Priestess. And in that sense, because she has so many deep, dark secrets that they may try to use against him, but even that is all for his good, because even on that, you see the pomegranates, you see the spirit of life, you see the J and the B, you see, I think one of them is Boaz and the other one, Team from the Bible. And remember she's the Pope. She's like the princess. She's like you had the male Pope. She's the female Pope. She has the thing. She holds the moon, and the moon is in a crescent shape, big. And it sits at her feet as it is getting ready to move forward. It's not on a downward like it's going down. It looked like it's rising up.
Yep, it is waning.
So
Waxing.
it's waxing. It's going big.
Yes.
It's not waning. So the cause I'm even showing you, even with this cup, it's new beginnings. It's emotional. It's been rough, but it has streams of water. It even had the Eucharist on top of it with the Holy Spirit. So it is showing positivity. We ain't even have to talk about the sun, right?
Exactly.
And the only card that's in this deck shows that this is tremendous stress for all. I mean, even us waiting or sitting back saying, I don't know. I don't know. Because we really don't know.
We really
But the cards are saying it looks in his favor. And if he gets time, he's not going, I don't see it 20 years. I don't see that. That's my opinion. The cards are saying that it's a very stressful time. And the cards are saying it looks like he's going to win. However, everything that we say is allegedly.
Yes.
Because we don't know. We're just reading cards. And we hope that our reading is right. And I wanted to do it now before the defense take the stand. I didn't want to be swayed. I wanted our opinions to be raw, and I wanted our opinions to be true. So if it's yay or nay, whichever way it go, I'm cool with it. Are you?
Yeah.
If he get time, he get time. I'm not mad. If he walk away by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
And I think because of, for me, it would have been that thing that Cassie.
Oh, okay.
That let me know she was just as corrupt as he was. To me, to threaten someone's life, that's darkness in you. And she loved him and she stayed there. Now, do I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for everybody. I feel sorry for Diddy, his life, what led him into this darkness.
Yes.
All of it. It's all sad. I feel sad for every last person that got caught up in it. I feel sorry for his mother, his sisters, his children. I feel sorry for his friends. I feel sorry for everybody who has to watch this horror show because it was riveting and it was a horror. And I hope that they make a movie and make it good in my lifetime, that I could see it and understand. I hope they don't wait till 25 years,
Right,
from now, there are so many people I want them to do a movie on, just so many. And I just want to see. I want to see it, but I don't want to wait 20 years, 25 years, to see it,
Yeah.
So what do you think, baby Crone?
Yeah, most definitely.
So this is our read. Take it as you believe, but it's the cards are in his favor. The only last card says it's the end of a cycle, and it says this end of a cycle is not easy. This is going to be tough. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it can go either or, but the outcome card says he will be moving on. And as fire purges, fire cleans, fire is energetic, fire is creative. So this is moving forward. And that's what I see. And I think that if he were to get out, I don't really think it's going to be easy for him. But we will read after that if that should happen. But if not, it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
We just read cards over here.
Yes, we did.
Take it as you believe it. Take it as it resonates. We just told you what the cards say. And I tell you, not one bad card for you or me. No devil, no tower.
No
but when
death.
no death, when I read it at the very beginning, the tower kept coming out.
That's right. The tower did come out in one of those readings.
And the one that I said about he could walk, but because it was so many things going on at the time, I wasn't reading about his end. It just came like, don't be surprised if he walks from this. And that's it that early on. And if I can find the snippet, I will play it. But other than that, it just seemed like these are, what do they call it? The dark night of the soul.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he's going through right now and his group. So whatever his lot, let him have it. And and that's all I have to say. I have I have no, what is it? I have nothing in it. I don't, it don't matter to me like that, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I care, and it's sad to see this, but for me, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. And that's what it looked like. But we know looks can be deceiving, right? So we're going to wait and see it. And it should be closed up next week. My God. And I will be there. And believe me, we will be reading on it again. Because I really want to see what life will be like if he should get out or if he should stay. This is up in the air, folks. We have to wait and see for ourselves and see what the outcome is. But the cards look like they stand in his favor to a point. Would you agree?
Yes, to a point.
So with that being said, we hope you enjoy our reading. The cards have spoken. I have spoken. Baby Crone has spoken. So we got 3 different viewpoints.
Yes.
So we'll see. Right?
Yes.
So with that being said, please, if you enjoyed this reading, we know it was a little long, but I want to really take my time and really go into these cards with depth. So if you like this kind of stuff, please give us a thumbs up. Like I said, if he goes, he goes. We just said what the cards say.
Yes.
But this is going to be tough. And everybody's on pins and needles if you invested in this. I know I am. So I don't know. And the cards are saying it's looked like it's in his favor, but we still have some more to go. So we don't know what's going to pop out the shelf that can change everything around. I can come back and read next Monday or after a few people have spoken, and it can turn all this around because cards never stay the same. But this is what I read on this day, and I'm leaving it as it is. Unless something major happens that turn this around, everything looks like it's in his favor. Either he's going to walk or he's going to get less time than what people think, because it would just be, to me, over domestic violence. And that's not what this is all about, right? But we'll see what the drawers say. So with that being said, if you like this kind of reading, please support us by giving us a thumbs up if you enjoy anything about it. Don't get frustrated. The cards have a mind of their own. I just tell you what they say. As for me, I'm in the middle. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah, I don't know.
The cards are saying it looks like it's in his favor. But this could go, we don't know. We got to wait and see. It's almost over, but it looks in his favor. What about for you?
Yes, it looks like it could be in his favor if if the defense team maneuvers it correctly.
It looked like it's in his favor. It's like no more slip-ups. So right now, that's what it looks like. But time will tell. And we're waiting with bated breath to see. And I didn't want to do a reading like because I feel like I'd be cheating. I don't want to know no more. This is it. This is it. That way I did it at a mutual. I didn't want to do it wait too long, but I wanted to do it now. I think this is the perfect time. Thursday. This is Thursday morning, and I hope that everything work out the way it is. It's all in God's hands.
Yes.
And so, like I said, if you appreciate stuff like this, support us by subscribing. If you enjoyed this reading, and I know it was a little long, but even if you got to 15 minutes of it or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, please give us a thumbs up. We really, really, really need it. And we thank you in advance.
Yes.
Anything you want to say?
Hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and thank you for tuning in to hear what we have to say. And please, like we said, leave your comments down below. How do you feel about this whole debacle?
Absolutely. And we're eager to hear your point of view. And many of you do give us your points of view, and we thank you for it. And like I said, I'm neutral.
Yeah, I'm neutral.
Whatever way it goes. But the cards have a mind of their own. And with that being said, I tried to be as fair as I could be, but I can only go by what I see. Time will be, and we both can't be pouring out the same.
Yeah, for real.
Out of 78 cards. So, and I even used another deck
Yes, you did.
for that. So we'll see. And like I said, you know what we say.
Mhm.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for coming back and watching us. And just thank you for your support.
Mhm.
And we thank you. And you know what we say. You know we
Yes.
love you.
Mhm.
Sunflowers.